That was weird. Moving on, like that never
That
worked.
was weird.
That never
Moving on.
happened.
High Street. No, wait, wrong.
Oh.
Hi,
Uh,
guys.
And like, here I am, just casually plopping down in this thing.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? I do not care how
It's a
much a chair
chair.
costs. You are
It is
using
in
it
fact
to
a
its
chair.
fullest extent.
I gotta treat this thing with reverence. It's the most expensive thing I own. I gotta treat it with kindness now. I gotta give it a massage once a week. Also, I thought
it's a chair. It's made.
I thought
to
this
be
chair was
on, and
made
you're
with.
sitting on it.
I thought this chair was made with faux leather. No, it's actual freaking leather. Like,
you know, I think
What?
the amount of
What
doubt
do
that
you
you put
think?
into this chair.
what?
I was gonna point out just the amount of doubt that Busy put into this chair. Like
Just
almost
because
like
it
it
was in
wasn't
the
a good
dumpster.
chair or something. Like
It was a
Yeah,
dumpster
like-
chair. I thought I was just getting a nice looking dumpster chair, not someone has enough money to both spend $2,000 and throw said $2,000 away when they don't want it anymore.
That's that
To be
rich
fair, if
people
it's-
life.
That is.
If
That
it's
is.
from work, it's
yeah.
probably also written off as a work expense.
Or it's probably like they got a new chair because it's like the last couple days and they need to go over their budget.
Yeah.
Or go to the budget, yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. When
Still
when kitchen
wild. That
when the
they
kitchen
first of all
got-
make $2,000 chairs.
Mhm.
Like that's a thing.
Oh,
that
you
people
have
do.
not
they make
seen-
$2,000 everything.
Oh,
Yeah, aren't
yeah.
most gamer chairs like $2,000
Yep.
nowadays?
Okay,
And
but
they're not
the-
even
the
comfortable.
worst part is
They
those
look
aren't
cool.
even comfortable too.
Okay, see,
I think they're
problem
bucket
with-
seats. Yeah.
the problem with $2,000 gamer chairs is that at the end of the day, I'm not a virgin, so I'm never gonna buy one of those.
That's a great place to start the episode. Again, we've introduced a stream 5 minutes ago. This was recorded.
It's on record.
This
It's
is
on record.
on record.
Someone put that in the quotes channel.
At the end of the day, I'm not.
With
At the end of the
I'm
day,
not gonna
not
buy
a
it.
virgin.
Wait, I'm on. I can clip it.
Try to clip that.
Chat.
Chat, help us out here.
Oh, yeah,
God.
chat. Did you see that?
Did you see it?
Welcome
Downright
to Legends of
chilling.
Aqquar. This is what we do here. We talk about chairs. We're not virgins, canonically, now that it's recorded.
We're collectively.
Somebody take over. If I keep
Yeah.
talking, I'm gonna say
Don't
something
think
else
about it.
that's also recorded.
Hi,
Well-
that's Sins. He's the DM. He's currently unavailable for some reason.
But
Sup, Cold. I play Alistar. I sell. I'm open a chicken business.
you sell experiences. Timeshare, looking at.
He sells the.
So who's next?
It would be Ix, but I think Ix is clipping. Clipping with he saying that. So I play Eunice. I make shit
Yeah.
generically. I think.
Hi, I'm Minty. I have this weird propensity of making characters who have two ages at the same time. I play Ben, a guy that has two ages at the same time. We don't know one of the ages, though.
I think the timing of that more than anything. That is.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm clipping that one because I didn't really get the full.
Yeah,
meaning of
introduce yourself
that.
first. Introduce yourself first.
Yeah, no. Before you dive in.
I'm Ix. I play Gregor, who's I don't know what the fuck is going on with him.
Are you gonna clip that? You need to.
I'm going to clip it now.
Jack,
I'm
clip
going dark.
And again, I'm Zins.
We already introduced you, man.
I know, we're doing it again. I surprisingly hold the most authority here. I
Somehow.
shouldn't, to be honest.
He is
Yeah, it should be
literally
me.
the
Yeah.
youngest person
Look,
here.
do you want to DM next campaign? We haven't recorded, so we can go
No.
back to it. Okay.
Yeah, we already recorded next campaign. So.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. So, while we collect ourselves, as a quick recap, those are words I am saying. As a quick recap, last session. It's been a week, right? We've only missed 1 week. Yeah.
Hasn't it been 2
This
weeks?
isn't even like an in-game
Yes.
calendar. This is like we skipped a week. So,
I don't know. Man.
Well, I don't
Life
know.
is
I
going
just said
on
yeah,
too
but I don't
fast.
actually
Like,
know.
like literally last week I was 15 years old, and now my birthday to turn 23 is in like a month.
Real.
Except it's not even in a month; it's in 3 months because I'm bad at timekeeping now.
I don't think we were
Timekeeping
playing 8 years ago.
sucks in general. The point is, we've been away a bit, so let us warm up. Last time we played, we had Melchek, as Eunice discovered him being actively hunted by Tony, the Carbellum lieutenant. We had Gregor discover a book with his likeness and a name he's heard before, as they were going through an encyclopedia of generals of the past. What we also did is gather information. We got some disguises from Ben, who also met up with their sister, Minalvia. Yeah, Minalvia, that's it. Minalvia. It's the Y that I always have to think pronouncing.
Just pronounce it like an I.
Yeah, Minalvia.
Elves are stupid and fancy like that.
We met up with Minalvia, who we had Ben talk a while with, as they caught up over the last almost century, a couple actually, I think. We talked to Legs about the opportunity to go into Counselor Rhonis's compound, where we learned there was a 40% chance of bribery working on the guards. We physically called Counselor Rhonis's office, giving them a fake address and a fake name. And we also picked up some disguises. We have both working and feature obscuring disguises that will help us in this heist. Last but not least, we have a map. We got a floor plan, unlabeled, of Rhonis's house and the adjacent building. So, how y'all doing? Where's our characters' minds at? This is a day after last game. At this point, we have Melchik just sleeping on Eunice's couch. So there's that.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be like waiting for a possible response in the mail later in the?
Yeah, you did give an address of a post office. You left it with Counselor Rhonis's secretary. So you could absolutely, like, as part of your preparation time, go to the post office, see if there's anything under Lord Phoenix.
Okay.
So yes, we do have a post office a couple blocks away that we could visit. What are we doing? This is our I'm going to make a hard rule about this, just right off the bat. This is our last chance to find any information or prep for this upcoming heist. So that includes making either any sort of chemical concoctions or any engineering bits that we want to go through now.
I flash back to when we had already done this. So you
You
can
know
tell
what? The
us
thing
what-
is, that is
I
that's a
flashback
thing.
outside of
That
the
is a
heist.
full mechanic. Um,
That was just
I
me
can't.
being
I can't. As much as I
stupid.
want
I'm
to argue with
tired.
that, I can't argue with that.
Cool. So what did we prepare, Zins?
You will have to. Okay, whoa, fuck, whoa. That's not how that. First of all, not how that works.
Okay, eggs. Okay, eggs. Okay.
You can't just say, "Hey, what's going on?" No. So
To be
with
fair-
with our flashback mechanics, you have to tell me retroactively what you would have done.
No, I know. I'm just
Mhm,
trolling. I'm being
So
stupid.
fuck you is what I'm saying.
Wow.
Damn.
She didn't even do nothing, bro. She was making a joke. Like,
Wait.
you
I
can't handle
was
a
playing
joke,
the
bro.
game.
So just to reiterate, we're the next day, right?
Yes. So this is our last day.
Okay, I want a flashback.
Sure. Yeah. Genuinely.
What?
Sure.
Ben, Ben instead of prancing went to bed, and a flashback.
Cool. Sleep.
Thanks. Effective flashback.
One stress, because every flashback causes stress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
a
forgot
thing about
about
flashbacks. That is
You know
also
what? For the meme, I will take it.
no, don't.
I think you narratively could just say that.
Mm-hmm. So
Nothing.
no, yeah, but
Ben-
100% just that's it. We do not take
Ben-
stress. I
Ben
beg
also
you,
ate
do not
all
take
the
stress.
potatoes that- Ben also ate all the potatoes that Lyle owns.
That implies that
Thanks.
Lyle just has potatoes around constantly. And I don't know if I'm allowed to breathe that into canon without Mariana here.
I mean, everybody's got a bag of potatoes.
Cool. So,
Categorically false.
You guys
Uh,
don't have potatoes. You guys are living boring lives.
sure. Okay. Slight tangent.
Wow.
I
Very
don't-
slight tangent. Last tangent. And
I
then
don't have
replay.
anything. Okay. Sure.
I'm very much
I
in
need to
the
ask-
like the Hobbit mindset with potatoes, where they are the most versatile and useful like food
Absolutely.
possible.
Y'all, I put so many potatoes in my curries. It's insane.
That I haven't heard. That's a
You
new
don't
one.
put potatoes in your curry?
No.
I can't say
I
like
would.
curry, so.
If
Yeah.
I
I
like
mean, like I
had
would.
potatoes
It's just I
currently.
don't constantly make curries.
Oh, I make curry all the time. Also, I've been making
I do too, but I don't have potatoes.
also I've been making
so I don't
onigiri
put
a
them in
lot.
there.
Curry wa curry desu?
Yeah,
Curry?
we saw.
I made 12
It
of
was
them
nice.
yesterday.
Okay,
Oh my
tangent
God,
over.
Okay.
Game. Lock in, boys. So
Lock in.
lock
We're
in. We are
in.
here. Do
Yeah,
we
log
want to?
in.
Do we want to just sound off on what we want to do, or are we going one at a time?
First thing Ben's gonna do is definitely go to the post office.
Cool. 61 Lombardy Way, over in Midton. So we are crossing over the bridge. Is anyone joining? Anyone joining Ben with this? Or is it just sending them off, seeing if there's anything there?
I'm gonna assume that if Lyle were here, Lyle would join me.
This actually is a great place to say. Alio currently is doing some more of those jobs they wanted to do last session. So they are currently making their form of money. And unavailable for today, because that's how you do player leavings. Yes, so you can absolutely make your way to the post office. So regarding that call you made to Rhonis's secretary, as you walk up into this post office, it's a fairly small building. It's kind of one of those half outdoor kind of like more pop-up stands than a full building. You see
I'm
there's a
imagining
large
like
half wall.
I'm imagining like it's immaculately clean, but still smells heavily of dust.
Oh, absolutely. This is a nicer part of town than you're used to. The closest thing I'm trying to think of as a equivalent is downtown in some campuses. They have like freight crates that have a window cut into it as the kind of like campus post station where that's where they get all their packages. This is
Do
less
you
of a
live in my city?
Hmm?
Do you live in my city?
No, it's just a thing that post offices do.
Okay.
As they yeah, it's not like a full post office. It's just a small little stand where people can pick up things and direct them to order. As you walk up, there is a quite not larger man, but very like wide. Um, so he's not ripped in any way, but he's just kind of extended sideways. Um, as they are a quite broad-chested, again, not ripped, just physically wide, dragonborn. Um, one of which you haven't seen in a while. This Ben would be the first dragonborn you've seen since waking up, as they have red scales and are just kind of glasses over the tip of their nose. They got a little hat on the desk, and are flipping through a pile of letters.
Sorry to interrupt, old chap.
Hmm.
I'm in need of checking for some mail today.
Mm-hmm. Who from? Who for?
The from might not have an address, but the for is for a Lord Phoenix.
All right. You see, he kind of spins in what you originally thought would be like one of those spinning stools, but he physically moves and he's in a full wheelchair, as he turns and spins towards one of the cubby holes of all the packages for that day. Goes to pee off to the side. And he does pull out what looks like something maybe like the size of a postcard. Turns around, hands it over. Uh, it does say also, right here, he points you to a stamp. That is, you see, it's not actual words. It is an arrow with a cross through it.
Would I
This
know what that
means
means?
not like it is an explicit request not to return to sender.
Hmm.
Don't know what that means in your context, but
I don't know either. Thank you very much, though, sir.
of course, as he leans back and continues trifling through the things. Um, before you leave, he's just like, anything else I could do for you here?
Hmm. Any mail addressed to Ben Hearthfeather? It may
Maybe.
be several weeks to months of mail, perhaps.
Oh, don't know if we keep that long. You see, instead of going back to the cubbies, he looks down under the actual desk where they would just kind of throw things that haven't been picked up yet. And there is not a large letter, but just kind of an envelope addressed to one Benrith Hearthfeather.
Who-
It has
from?
no sender on the actual envelope itself. And you can see there's a little stamp in the corner of it looks kind of like a songbird.
How peculiar. I didn't expect that actually to work.
Is it
Very
not your
well.
mail?
It is my mail. I am indeed Ben Hearthfeather. I just didn't expect for me to actually have people sending me things.
Hmm.
Um, all right. Well, thank you very much for your help. Apologies for the weirdness, though I'm sure you probably get it often.
Not as often as you would think.
Very well. Until we meet again.
Until.
And Ben exits the post office. Real quick, looking at both letters, anything noteworthy on the outsides of them?
Um, the outside of them, you would have already. Sorry, I'm working out some small tech issues here. Outside, you would have not noticed. Basically, the main thing you're getting is what the Dragonborn showed you. Like that is the main kind of takeaway you get, at least from the outside of it.
All right. Cool. Ben's gonna head back to the apartments.
All right. So heading back to the apartments. While Ben is gone, do we have anything we're cooking up elsewhere?
Mm. Mm. Alistar is gonna wonderful wording. Cook up some horizon and do some sales.
All right. So when we say in this context, um, cook up.
I am making 2 more vials as well.
Look up.
Yes.
Cool. So, sorry. Yeah, give me one of those tinker rolls.
Do, do, do.
What's this? Oh.
I could never crit these. That's a 4.
Rip.
All right. You at this point you can get one vial done. With the
Okay.
time you kind of allot yourself, yeah, you get one. Unfortunately, um, I will say with that same tinker roll, you can get one vial of horizon. I believe that brings you to 3 total.
I had 2 previously.
Yeah,
I'm
so
at
3
5.
total with this. Oh, so you only get to make one though.
Yeah, I only made 1 and then adding it to the supply I previously had in total.
Yeah, so 3.
Yeah.
No, 5 total. I'm trying to
Yes,
do
5
math.
total.
I'm bad at math.
I'm at
Cool.
I'm at 5 total.
I can count. So, um,
In
you
front
get
of you.
5 vials total. Look, I'm not an engineer. All right.
Yes, an engineer doing basic.
I'm not. I'm what?
Yeah, you get
I'm
5.
I'm being genuine.
You get a 5 vials out of it. What you can also do, and I'm gonna give you the choice here. With that same tinker roll, you can either try and do some research and kind of play around with the you're talking to me about a alternative to Spark.
Yes.
So we could either start a clock and we will say the 4 is you getting distracted partially,
Okay.
or we can count part of that tinker as progress towards your clock. I believe you still have one up, correct?
I think the only well, let me see. Actually, I don't
Let me
think
double
so.
check.
I was waiting on legs.
Yes.
I don't know if I have anything else actually in the works as of yet.
So in that case, we can just at this point, yeah, just start a clock. Put, let's say, just 2. It's gonna be a 6-point clock.
Okay.
For this spark alternative. Because remind me, you want it to be what's the effect you're trying to go for again?
I think I was trying to make like an adrenaline rush type deal.
Mm-hmm. Because it was Spark, the way it works, it boosts one's not electronic, but their electrostatic field, right? They
Yeah.
kind of, it jumps you up. It is both an adrenaline rush, and it gives you small electrical abilities.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's right. I think I wanted to make a fire variant of that
Mhm.
for no other reason, just to see if I could.
Cool, great. So we are in the middle of fucking around, and you got 4 more
I'm gonna
squares until you
find out.
find out.
Yep.
Lovely. Is there anything else you want to do right now?
I think that's about it for now for Alistar.
Cool.
He believes he's mostly ready with enough vials of Horizon and 1 vial of New Dawn if shit really hits the fan.
If you need to like knock out an elephant, yeah. Eunice and Gregor, how we doing? What we doing? Why we doing?
Eunice?
Either of you.
I'm pretty much good. I just have a question.
Go ahead.
I had do I have the thing I made in the case file? What was that? It was like a grappling hook.
Yeah, your grappling hook. You have your grappling hook. So for reference,
great.
yeah, it
That's
is
all.
a wrist mounted grappling hook that you think it's going to be a roll of some kind if you want it to carry your weight, but it is more effective
Yeah.
if you want to bring anything towards you. So, for example, like whenever you would want to try and move yourself, I would ask for a tinker roll to see if it holds up. Because it is, again, a wrist-mounted grappling hook. There's only so much you can do with it. You can only put so much of a winch onto your wrist.
Let's hope I don't have to do that.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Let's just hope.
So, is there anything else we want to engineer while we're talking about creations? You can do fucking. I want to remind you, you can make fucking anything. Like.
Yeah, but.
Yeah.
But they don't want to.
No, but it's like, what the fuck is useful? I'm not gonna.
Honestly, even if it's not useful, and you're just like, yeah, that's fun to have, it's worth it personally.
A pair of electric gauntlets in case you need to punch a ghost is always good.
You know,
We're famous for ghost punching this party. But I say that unironically because 2 of our people can punch ghosts.
Yeah. I'm remembering something, but I don't think I have it. But
Cool.
there's like it's like a lightning thing, but it was like a baton or like a knife or something like that. So there was some like.
Oh, so
I remember like somebody having that.
Yes. So when the very
is that like
first,
a warden thing?
Very first, well, partially yes. The very first heist you guys went on against the Wisps, you guys encountered them with basically batteries strapped to knives. Where they had like a battery packed on their hip, which attached to a weapon. We know this because Gregor got stabbed with one.
In the leg too. What?
Yeah, it was like in the thigh. It was
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, you were fine.
All I remember is that the one.
I just keep getting flashbacks to the first campaign. I think I said that time too. I was like, every time I've gotten hurt, it's been in the leg.
And it goes across characters. It's wild.
Yeah. Kind of ironic that it was this character too.
Yeah, there was. All I remember is that the ones that they had were like not good.
Very crude. Yeah, it's very very clearly people who didn't
Yeah.
know electrical doing electrical.
Yes,
I would-
obviously the greatest
Yeah, I would
idea
love to
ever
see
to
if
do
I
your
could
own
try and make
outlets.
one that is not shitty.
Oh, wait. You can make the old school lightsabers. They used to just be attached to a battery pack and then just a plasma beam from a staff.
I mean, you know what?
Just an
Look,
idea.
if Alistar wants a lightsaber, he could just say that.
Do you think of how intimidating that would be, though? Just show up with something nobody else has. You don't even know what fucking weapon it is. It'd be so intimidating.
Yeah, just be like, hey, I'm gonna hit you with my stick, but this stick glows and vibrates.
And burns.
Just like
It'll,
a short lightsaber.
it'll cut you and cauterize you all at the same time.
So
The weirdest hair color I've ever heard of.
Ow! I forgot I hurt my hand.
Don't do that.
So what I'm hearing, Eunice, is you want to make a weapon.
Yes, I do. I want to make
Okay.
a weapon.
Give me that tinker roll, and describe the properties you want on this weapon. Just tell me what you want it to do.
Okay. Hold on. Let me just roll. Okay. I did crit, by the way.
Oh, great, lovely.
Go.
Um, I think. Why are you sighing?
Well, because now I'm like, oh, I can't monkey paw it, or I can't like make it slightly not exactly what you. I just have to give you this thing now.
We're,
I have to
we're
honor the
getting a
trick.
lightsaber.
Let's go.
Let's go. Well, I was thinking I wanted like a weapon to, like, against like ghosts. But it would also be cool if it if it lit up.
So
It would also look cool if
so
it looked really
glowy
cool.
works against ghosts. Do we have any other criteria?
Badass.
Well, yeah.
Exactly. Um.
Like, do we want it to be more like a close range or short range thing? Like, sorry, long or short range rather. Like, do we want it to be handheld and
Short
a melee?
range, like
Yeah,
shorter range.
cool.
Yeah, like a melee.
All right. So, the best way I can describe what you make is I know I've said this before with the Wisp's knives, how they were kind of like taser knives. You make less of a taser knife, and more as it's this large. It looks very inconspicuous at first. Large metal pole. It has a lot of weight to it because you've stuck so much like over engineering into this. At the
Yeah.
base, there is a pressure sensor where if you squeeze it, the pole stretches out into almost a. I'm gonna use meter long because I like metric. But like an
Mhm.
what would that be in
Yeah.
feet? Almost.
It's a yard. It's 3 feet.
Okay, saying a yard
Yeah.
doesn't help.
A meter is 3 feet. A meter.
I
is
know what a
three
meter
feet.
is. You got
Okay.
it.
I was trying to like do the conversion in my head, and
I
then I
do
hear
know what
a
a meter
yard,
is.
and I'm
No,
like,
no,
that's
no,
so
no, I know what a meter is.
unhelpful currently.
A yard.
I believe in you, Sins. I know you
I
can do it.
don't. I don't. But yeah, it's a roughly just over 3 feet. It kind of turns into like a bow staff like thing. Where when electrified, because again, it's a different button for an electrification. You don't it's like a two options. Either you could have short little like club and electrify it. You could have a long stick or a long stick and electrify it. When electrified, it kind of spikes out almost like a cattle prong like thing, where it turns into kind of like a bident. So there's the two main, not spear points, but long, another almost foot spike on each end that electrifies between them.
Nice.
You make a giant ass cattle prod, is what I'm saying.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And I'll say with a crit, you lock in for like a solid 6 hours straight, and you could do it all in one day.
Let's go.
Wild.
Let's go.
Burger.
Grind the grind.
Burger.
So I've already, because I vaguely remember kind of, oh, what did I do?
So last time, you found yourself in a book.
Oh, right. I thought I was,
You tried to decrease stress and ended up gaining 2 stress.
let's go.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize I was supposed to take stress because I don't think I marked that.
No, you did. You did. I watched the VOD like an hour ago. You did.
Why do I only have 1 stress then?
Because I think we still went through with you trying to do it.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Because I also vaguely remember, like, not staking out, but, like,
Yes, we did
surveying.
survey the area around Rhonis's home. So we know it's a gated community. And the actual guards for the gated community themselves are 8 to every 4 houses. But that doesn't include any private security that Rhonis may have himself.
Okay. So what I'm gathering is we somehow need to rotate.
You somehow need to get into a gated community,
Fun.
which I don't think we've actually figured out an infiltration point. We're just like, yeah, we'll get there somehow.
Can I retroactively say while I was watching, I could kind of track what rotations for the guards there are?
So I do remember you not getting a super great roll. So if you want to do that as a flashback in the actual heist, absolutely. Right now I don't think you would be privy to that information.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was more of I just kind of was. I can't remember if I was just walking.
Yeah, because
by.
then you would have to remember their faces and get into the community itself.
Yeah. Okay. I will keep that in mind then. Now, what do we do to prepare?
So we, again, I actually have it on Roll20. I don't know if this is going to show up on stream because the stuff sucks. We're gonna go. Whoop, whoop. We do have a unlabeled map currently.
Ah. I think we vaguely went over this, but I think this is about when I had to tap out because I was
Yes.
exhausted.
So also you can see I placed in the right hand side all 5 of your little guys. So if you want to do some planning there, you could absolutely. But
So
this is what we got so far.
And this is just the house, not the community, right?
This is just Rhonis's property. I would say something you would know just right off the bat. It is two separate buildings.
Right.
So 2 separate buildings, and then there are multiple floors that are depicted but not labeled.
Gotcha. Okay.
So also for reference, I should have put a legend in here. The dotted line, like the dashes on the outside lines are doors. Lines going out, those parallel lines, are windows. And then these small dotted lines in those squares are stairs.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, I got it.
Freaking Discord just decides to black out sometimes.
Love it.
So I have to exit the app and then go back in. And it's
So
stupid
fun.
and bad. But yes, so that's the information we got right now.
Okay.
If we want, we could just start throwing plans out. And then, because we got a couple, we had a couple ideas. We'd still have to resolve what Ben got back from Rhonis.
Yeah, that might answer all of our questions here.
It might. If anybody else wants to do anything, because I think I'm gonna kind of just sit down and think about it.
Cool.
Because like I wanna, part of me wants a lockpick. The other part of me doesn't want another library situation where I get thrown out.
Now, I will
So-
say.
Okay, we ball. What do you mean?
Well, also, I'm gonna make the executive decision right now. Lockpicks, I would say, are readily available between the five of you, especially with Cressidae, Lyle being a professional thief and assassin, and also
true.
Eunice just being able to make a lockpick. Like, they have access to a fully housed workshop. So I'm gonna say stuff like that. Anything that's currently in your inventory, so any of those boxes, are for the most part good. You already got those. Stuff like a set of lockpicks, stuff like certain weapons, unless it is something that is reasonably hard to get, just assume you would have access to it and you could pull it out in the actual.
Would subterfuge supplies count as lockpits here?
I would count them as lockpicks, yeah.
Why does
Okay,
Ben
I
have
ticked it off.
Why does Ben have access to that? I mean, he's got a roommate, sure, but
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Oh,
assume that
I'm gonna put it under-
everything Ben can have here in his list is all just because, oh, that's mostly my roommate stuff, except for the gun.
Yeah.
Except for the gun. Except for my gun.
This one and this one. Sorry.
Only this one.
Only this one. Wait, no, it'd be only this one.
Yeah. Wait.
I'm gonna also
Left.
put it under burglary
Oh gosh.
gear. Just because I feel like that's more fitting than subterfuge.
So
Yeah, that'd
is
be-
now the time to load up my my load here.
No. The load we do when we are actively entering the building.
Okay, right. I'm just gonna do that disguise kit real quick. So can we go ahead and open up that letter then?
Yeah, absolutely. So you open up the letter. Are you opening the one addressed to you or the one to Lord Phoenix first?
To Lord Phoenix. I
Cool.
want to have witnesses with me just in case this is poisoned.
Just in case you get
Get
anthrax.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take a small letter opener off a random table at Cressidae's. Slip it open, and you pull out two things. One of which is a or first of all, are you touching them since you are worried of poison?
I am.
I'll
steadily
use-
I'm gonna
I-
shake them out of the letter.
Just onto a table.
Yeah.
I could also just use my robot hand that I have.
It's not a
Pen
robot
is-
It's
hand.
not,
Look.
it's not
It's like-
opposable. I want to
it's a
stress
little-
this.
It's a little like
Oh.
it's just like wood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
I
look.
feel like we brought up doing more
You
for
can
it. and then we
absolutely
didn't.
No, I
ask for a
didn't.
robot
I-
arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's
you.
fine. I
you have to
completely
ask me for
forgot
that
about
shit.
asking it.
Also, something if we're talking
I-
about engineering.
I also just
from
didn't know you were
Eunice.
just wearing that.
Yeah.
On and off.
Also, something I forgot to follow up with Eunice on is that
Mm-hmm.
that trolley car engine you were working on,
Mm-hmm.
which what I'm gonna say, because you were working on it almost a week ago, if you don't follow up soon, there may or may not be consequences to that.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, because that was a full job you
forgot.
took from the city. That tabled. Yes, so Ben, there's two things you see, and I'll let you tell me which one you want to read closer first.
Okay, what
Um,
do I see? Are they letters specifically? Like
Yeah, so
piece of paper?
one is they're both paper. One that falls out is a formally what looks like a more like formally standardized letter with a what's it called? Letterhead? Like the
okay.
No, there's
From
actual
the
word for it.
offices of Michael Rhonis.
What's it look like?
Yes, that's it. So it is a letterhead. Of Rhonis, where yeah, offices of not Michael Rhonis. It's just Rhonis, Counselor Rhonis. Michael is the kid, separate
Oh.
person.
From the offices of Daddy Rhonis.
No.
It is a formally written letter, signed not by Rhonis himself, by the secretary. While the other piece of paper is significantly smaller.
Ben will read the official letter first.
Yeah, it's basically the secretary apologizing on behalf of Counselor Rhonis, but there is no time anytime soon for a meeting. The next chance you would have if you want to impersonate a Lord Phoenix and talk to this man, you have 2 weeks. So that would be Liza the 17th would be the
So they're
closest available.
So basically, this letter is offering an opening in 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
For
a meeting with Counselor Rhonis.
Okay.
Which isn't gonna help you a super lot for this current case, since it's tomorrow. The smaller piece of paper, I would say most of you recognize.
Oh God, is it a funeral letter?
No, as you see, it is a little like what's it called? I'm saying this a lot. I'm forgetting a lot of words.
Paper airplane.
Cardstock. It's cardstock.
Yeah, I wish, bro.
It is a small cardstock, little leaflet, with a hole punch in the middle.
Great. That's so fun.
What does it say on it?
It has no words on it.
Can I shine a light through it?
Yeah, you hold it up to a light, and you see a little bird
What the heck
on
is
the
this
table.
thing?
Bro. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing happening.
There was a bird on it.
There's a bird. I did not hear that.
It's
Oh,
So,
Yeah,
when
it's
you
the
shine a
bird.
light
when you
through it,
hold
the
up
bird
to a
shows up.
light, the hole shows the design of a bird.
Does that
this
mean
is-
again?
The exact thing you saw in Cross's basically crazy boardroom, where he also had a similar card hidden among his work.
Well, guys, what the hell does this mean?
You tell me.
We met the murderer. I don't know. This is kind of hard to unravel here.
Well,
I just wish people would be more direct here. Like, I want exact postage and signing of "I am the murderer. You cannot catch me." Tee
uh,
I mean,
mm,
that's essentially what this is. So yeah.
piece of shit.
Yep.
You know what? We're gonna rob this dude, and then I'm gonna show up as Lord Phoenix and tell him
I
I
thought
robbed
we were
When
him.
did we decide all
interrogating him.
that?
I'm so confused.
When
No,
did we
we're
decide all that?
getting a completely different person.
We're not even talking about this man right now.
No, when we go to Rhonis's place, I'm going to steal something of his, and then, since I have an opening for talking with him 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna do that and leave behind the thing I stole, just to piss him off a little.
And why would you do
Just to piss him off a little.
that?
I'm not actually. I'm just a little annoyed. Anyway,
You're fair. You're fair.
Okay. I'm
anyway,
not gonna hold that against you.
I also got mail addressed to myself, which is weird because last I checked, I am not a legal person. Still haven't figured out that
Well,
fake identity stuff yet.
So
Ben goes
before
ahead and
before we open that up, I'm gonna call a short break. Um, grab waters, washroom, process information. We'll convene back in ideally 10ish. I know this is an early break. Sorry, guys.
10.
okay.
10 minutes.
Oh, in 10.
In 10.
I thought you meant at
Yeah, no,
10.
we're
I
not.
was like,
We're not
hold
postponing
on.
for an hour and a half.
Quick break.
Quick break hour.
I would have been a little concerned.
All
A
right.
quick break. Quick hour and a half break.
We will be back.
Peace.
we'll do
What
do 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 do.
2, 4. What? One, two, four. Bitch. Fuck. I turned on Face ID and it's throwing me off.
I literally don't have the bird card in my notes. That's so funny. Okay.
I completely forgot about it.
See, as
I mean,
soon
I
as
knew
you
about
said a
it.
plain card with a hole in it, I was like, fuck. What's this
I was like,
person
oh
do?
my god.
Is the whole bird shaped?
What kind of shit are we in now, bro?
I'm so sorry about that.
You're fine. What happened?
Oh, you didn't hear anything?
No, I heard what you said. I heard, I'm so sorry about that. And then I saw Luna's cam go off.
I kind of knocked.
I turned it off. I covered
Ah.
it up.
I knocked the mic head directly into something. Thought it might have been excruciating to hear. Wait, I can't sing that or we're gonna get flagged.
Oh my god.
But if you close your eyes.
Actually, anything we're singing right now is gonna get flagged if the stream is still on. I will also be right back. I need to pause my music.
Does it almost
Dear
feel like
me.
what a cruel world this is where I can't sing? Or I'm gonna get copyright striked. Tomorrow at work, I'm making pancakes for breakfast and tuna salad sandwiches for lunch.
Fun.
Yeah.
When you talk, by the way, it's a little like not pitchy. What's it called? Squeaky?
Might just be my voice. Also, my mic's kind of far because I set it down.
Oh, okay.
Is it any better now?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's when you're away from it that it gets like a feedback.
Yeah, I set it down because we're on break.
All good, all good.
All right, and we're back.
Hello.
Sorry about that.
Hello.
So
Good thing we were on break because I might have sung a lot of songs that would have gotten us copyright striked.
I didn't mute the mics.
Well,
Unless you did.
No, we all heard it.
Well,
You act like we
Oh.
get any copy to be strikes to begin with.
isn't it just bots
What?
who scan for that? Like,
Oh.
it is, but anything with copyright will get flagged and it'll just mute the audio for like a good 5-6 minutes.
well,
Lovely.
we were on break, so I may have muted us for us.
It's fine.
Thanks.
So, where we left off, we have the whole group here discovering this calling card that we've seen many times before. And Ben, you are opening the letter addressed to you.
Yes.
Once again, swipe through it with the letter opener. And you see again.
Careful not to touch it until I'm sure of the
course.
contents.
Plop it on the table. It is what looks like almost a 3-page letter for you.
Sheesh.
Uh,
I haven't
it-
seen this kind of writing towards me since a couple hundred years ago. And even then, this was very infrequent.
You see, looking at it, it is a letter from your sister, who tried to reach out a month before.
Well, I'm going to fish through the letter to make sure she said something incredibly embarrassing.
Yeah. So as you're looking through it, you see not something embarrassing, rather something that you now think. This was a month ago, was just before Cross died, also for reference. It is currently the 5th, and Cross died on the 32nd of last month.
She addressed me before Cross died?
Yes.
How interesting. So she came to know me before.
She came to know of you before, yes.
We didn't talk about that at all.
As in this letter, she details that Cross really did reach out to her. Basically saying, an old friend of the family managed to get my contact, saying someone claiming to be you roams the streets. The meeting is, at this point, so for the timeline, it's a bit weird. Because from what you can tell, you were still... no, you would actually just be getting out of prison during this. Roughly. Yeah, you've been out for maybe a month. And she's writing to you after you were released. She heard both that you reached out, that you were arrested by someone, just by someone, she doesn't know who, and she also claims, or basically is writing to somebody using your name and hope that it is you. A month ago, from what you can tell, neither her nor Cross had anything to do or much knowledge of your arrest.
Of what?
Of your arrest.
Oh.
It sounds like, because you basically went to Cross and asked to somehow put you in touch with your sister.
Mm-hmm.
He followed through with that. It was something either in or before the actual meeting that was in neither of their control that got you where you were.
How very interesting. You ever just really wish someone dead were alive again? I'm asking anyone
I
who's around.
mean,
Eunice does not make a comment.
can't
I
say
want
that I
to.
have.
I want to, but I can't canonically.
Why did I get the 3 worst people to ask this question to?
To ask what question?
I-
If someone were
I'm going to a bar. Good day.
We're planning, and he's at the door. Okay. Well, aren't we? Is it tonight or the next night? We're
It is
tomorrow.
the next night.
Okay. I guess we keep planning. I don't know what.
Excuse me.
So, we have a couple options on how we want to move forward. If we are slowly running out of avenues to explore for our actual planning, our information, our creating things, what we could do, if you guys would like, is we could start the heist in the latter half of this episode. If we think we're prepared enough.
We're never prepared, but you know, it is what it is.
what are we gonna do? You know.
So before we move on with anything else, and at this point I think we could say that most of our mechanical things are done, and at this point we're doing more roleplay scenes. Before that, does anyone have any stress or healing rolls they want to do?
Wait, real quick, did I manage to? Because I'm not finding my clock here. Did I finish my my fake ID searches?
I don't believe you did. Let me double check.
I'm doing well.
Yeah, so any healing or stress? Hold, I think Alistar is still very injured.
Yes, he is very injured still.
So
Technically, 2 injuries.
yes, so what I'm gonna say is that you can choose between either stress or injury to work on.
This is not my sheet.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably want to reduce that spine fracture a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Perhaps.
Maybe I can help.
I think I realized
Just
what's
a
wrong.
just a
I
tidbit.
clicked on sheet.
All right, so Healing. All right, here we go.
If any consultation, I will help as well. If I can.
Consultation or
Consolation.
Here we go.
Really?
I,
Right.
Gosh.
I have a fun.
So
I have
am I
this thing called-
increasing that by a dice with Gregor's help?
I have
So
a thing
wait.
called Ben case file. So
I think
I'm
it's a
not
Can-
specific thing.
Can someone help healing?
There's like a specific thing, isn't there?
So yeah,
Can Can someone
It's
stress
like a
themselves out
feature or
to heal somebody
I'm
else?
gonna say no. I'm gonna veto that,
Okay.
unfortunately.
yeah, you
As
have to have
as
physician.
helpful as that would be.
Go to a doctor.
That's
Look,
a
Doctors are
possibility.
scams.
You can go to a doctor. We've said that various people know first aid, and the first aid doesn't help with a fractured spine.
Ben
Just a fun
has
fact.
healing magic.
I got a 3 and a 1. So my roll is a 1.
You're filling one spot in that clock.
Now,
So
see,
Maybe we would lay the fuck down.
Just go
dragging
decompress
the
the
gods back
spine.
in,
You'll be
and
fine.
whatever. Ben would
Yeah, go to a
absolutely heal
chiropractor.
you.
Minty, your mic is very quiet.
Pick up your mic.
That's because it's away. I
Cool.
just now what I said was, if you somehow figured out a way to restore magic to this world, drag the gods back into it and everything, then Ben could heal you.
Oh, sucks to suck.
Good to know.
Unfortunately, Ben has no practical medicine experience.
So Ben, also for those fake documents, you have 2 out of 8. Last
Yeah,
I checked.
I found my clock. I was
Cool.
open. My sheet was on the case file and not the regular Ben.
I see, I see. Do you want to make a check for that while we're here?
You know what? I'm dangerously close to trauma, so I'm gonna vice, which is luxury.
Cool.
I'm
wait,
assuming that Ben, instead of like walking out of the apartments and going to a bar, just found Cressida, asked for a drink and someone to rant to.
Cool. So Alistar, where are you on that healing track?
2 out of 4.
Okay.
I've got a long way to go.
So what I'll do is I'll give you a bit of a out of game, or not out of game. Yeah, like a meta games devil's bargain. If you use, all right, here's the deal. You can spend stress equal to the places on the clock you want filled. That's my alternative.
I have brought myself back down to 0 stress.
Perfect.
You know what? I've done it before. I'll play the game at 4 stress and see how fast I die. Alright. I'll heal that up all the way then.
I was just about to be like, don't go crazy now.
So you're gonna do
Come on.
two stress. So everything moves down a level.
Okay, so the cut is gone. And the spine fracture, contusion now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll pretend like I know what that means in medical terms.
Contusion's like a little divot
Gotcha.
ish.
Just a region of injured tissue or skin
Okay.
where the blood vessels have been ruptured. That's really about it.
A
Gotcha.
bruise. It's a bruise.
Yep. The hearing loss thing is a permanent effect from the loss of half my ear, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say so.
Okay.
Because that was in response. That's not really a physical injury. It is on paper, mechanically, it was you going into trauma to not get shot. And we're like, okay, this is what's gonna happen, right? So
So
Wait, I was like, go
just
ahead.
so we know, Alistar is going into this mission with only 5 stress before
Only
another
5.
trauma.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Just don't miss.
I'll just guide him through some
Just
meditation. It's
don't
fine.
miss. Yeah, Altar, just don't miss.
Just
Just
don't
get
fucking
good.
miss. You'll be fine.
Oh, I wanted to ask a question.
Yes.
What, like, what is the process of me, like, finalizing the trolley car thing?
So what I would do, because I remember you were working with our lovely
Oh, Louise.
mechanic Louise, yeah, who wanted to reverse engineer it, or no, you wanted to reverse engineer
I wanted
her
to, and
battery
she didn't.
design that was already engineered, and she got mad at you for it. Um, what I'll say is I'll ask for 3 tinkering in a row. This
Okay.
cannot be today, I will say. This is going to, no
Okay.
matter what, it is going to take you an extended amount of time.
Okay.
I will ask for 3 tinkering checks in a row. And total, out of all 3 of them, you would need to make at least a 15.
Okay.
So you have not a whole lot of room for error with those. And on a 15, you would get basically a shit ton of money and some renown. You would have your name out there, whether you would like that or not. And also a shit ton of money.
Just to reiterate.
Also, rats.
So,
Okay, cool.
any last mechanical things, or are we simply vibing in character now?
I think if
Are we
everybody
we're not vibing in character, but I'm done. Yeah.
I think we need to start having an actual discussion on how
you
we're-
walked out the door.
You're not even
Ben-
here right now. You're not even
and
here right
Ben walks back in.
And another thing.
now.
He is holding a glass of some nice whiskey from around his time, I'm sure.
There's no
All right.
fucking way Cressida has 300-year-old whiskey. I'm gonna say that
From-
right now.
That was started to be
drop.
made around his time. Like the brand came into
Okay.
existence around his time.
Alright.
I don't think anywhere has 300-year-old whiskey.
Maybe if the Elven nation is still, like, existing, potentially. But I don't even think they would make whiskey. Point is, yes, you walk back in.
So the
with
funny thing
a
about this
purpose.
whiskey, back in my day, this stuff was known as the cheap shit, and now people are swearing by it as the most amazing thing ever. And honestly, it tastes exactly the same. It's still the cheap shit, but now it costs 5 billion times as much.
Inflation.
Right. So, so it seems that obviously any means of getting to Rhonis and Abon
Massacre.
Nazuko in an official capacity are clearly out the table. So now comes the
Well.
part where I ask you guys all, how exactly are we getting here? Because that's a heavily guarded building, and I don't have any ideas. And it's a gated community too. Which, like, can I just say, not even my family's mansion was in a gated community. That's totally new shit to me. Which, to be fair, may have had something to do with how we were easily wiped out. I'll hand anyone that. But also at the same time, the divide between the noblemen commoner wasn't so thick back then. Hello?
So
Sorry, I'm also trying to think on my
You-
end. I'm like,
mhm.
I was gonna say you just stop staring into the middle distance. Um,
Yeah, you walk into basically all three of them just dissociating, basically.
you walked away and came back to us. Yeah.
Guys, I've been gone for an hour. What happened?
Quiet. That's what happened.
you asked us if we thought someone who was dead would. If we wanted someone to come back alive who's dead. That's what happened.
and then you walked out. Like what?
That's not that deep of a question. Have a beer about it, jeez.
Oh, okay. Sure. Just tell me what to do with my life.
So the gated community, I genuinely don't know what a gated
Oh,
community
I will.
looks like.
I will
Is there
preface this. I have acquired disguises, both of the sneaky infiltrating and disguising ourselves as staff member capacity.
The only issue I have with that I only just thought of is there's definitely a fucking HOA.
So,
What's an HOA?
homeowners
Homeowners Association.
association. Horrible, they suck.
No, I know what they are in real life. I'm asking as Ben.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah, I'm still
honestly,
saying that
honestly,
homeowners association.
this city sucks so much, there would be just the HOA there. That is just an actual thing in Lionsbrook.
I don't know how Gregor knows about it, but I do.
So, we
The only
had
way
some
this-
questions about what the actual gated community is in this capacity.
No, mainly what it looks like. If there is
yes.
an actual big gate around it, if it's more of an
So-
open thing with a drive road going through it that's guarded, something like that.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull us back to the map. Zoom in because the map is
Whoa.
different.
hold on, let me open it
So,
back up.
in our city map, we are currently in Bridgeton, on that little square, or on that little marker. We are looking at the quarter, which is,
Right.
I shall remind everyone, a fucking island. So not only is it isolated as being an island, but also we are looking at the northern tip right there, which is essentially,
Grief.
yeah, it's not only surrounded by pretty like sandbar like things, so it's hard to get on water. There's a couple select houses that paid extra for docks. But there,
Okay, hear me out, guys. What if we took that general area and just, got rid of the water?
Ben, we don't have magic.
Fuck. I keep forgetting that. It'd be so simple too. Like all our problems would just be like I could literally snap my fingers and every single nobleman in this damned city would be dead. They'd be missing a quarter of their brain and there would be suddenly a black puddle of sludge at my feet that's slowly crystallizing.
Why does
Horrifying.
it sound like some
I'm-
some purple dude with a raisin chin? Why does that sound familiar?
I'm
Sorry. Sorry. That's me being stupid.
I knew this very potent necromancy magic where I could convert the brains of people into black oozes. It was awesome.
Ben.
Ben, come on.
I'm glad you remember so much about magic. Right now, no magic. We just gotta
Yeah.
deal with it.
I'm aware. I'm just bitching a little about how
A little, yeah.
unbelievably hard this is.
And
I'm sure, you know what? Also, things in general just kind of seem a little bit harder. I'm sure if my sister were here right now, she'd be saying something about, shanking the king or something. Because, It was a lot easier to do something like that back then.
Mm.
I have no
Flashback
frame of
to
reference.
someone throwing an axe at a king.
Look, it was one time.
I'm pretty sure the first thing I said in this whole server was "Let us shank the king."
So I think our first agreement was let's shank the king. It's
Um,
something along those terms.
Yeah, and then a separate
Y'all's
thing
agreement.
is in one of the campaigns I was in. Like my first campaign ever as a player with Cold. I thought the king was a bit sketchy, so my barbarian fighter threw an axe at him. And I'm like, oh, this guy is evil, so I threw an axe at him. And then I was almost a TPK.
The court wizard was a gravity mage,
How
essentially.
was I supposed to know? In all
You
fairness.
honestly, since you get out what you put in.
An axe?
It's what happened. No, freaking attacking kings, bro.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I guess
You
that
did
did
it
bite me in the ass, huh? It's fine. So,
What were you saying about the gated community?
yes, gated community. Despite from a select few having docks, there's no water access. And because it is on only that section of the island, there's less of a surrounding gate and more like just a gate going coast to coast. Where it is a whole section of this island which is cut off. There's multiple roads and side routes within. And one of those buildings, you would know actually. I will say, this isn't a 2-scale map, so I can't point it out exactly. But Rhonis's is one of the innermost. So his kind of property is in the middle of this road. It's like halfway down the road, so it's equidistant from the river and the actual gate.
Okay.
You guys want to know something funny?
What?
Do I?
Yeah.
The little river in between the blue block and the quarter, right there.
Hmm.
That's where my house was.
I wonder if we swim down if we would just see remnants of the old world.
It hasn't been that long.
So maybe. Is what
I
you're
mean, the
saying?
sea
Like,
level
it's
wouldn't have.
so
Actually, no, it did rise a lot.
Not without our help of blowing things up.
No, that's separate. Because from campaign 2 to campaign, so, all right, for reference, if you
No,
have
campaign 2 is a larger. It's a larger time slot.
so
thought you said at
campaign
least from-
2 is 1,000 years away from campaign 1. In between those 1,000 years, there was a meteor in the ocean and the sea level rose.
I
So, I think the river would still be
That's
here.
true,
I think
that's
they
true.
just demolished parts of your house. Right? Yeah, the sea level doesn't rise that much in 300 years. I hope. I mean, we know Florida's gonna be gone in like 40 years. We're aware.
California.
And California. An earthquake's gonna get California before sea level, though.
I thought I would experience an earthquake while I was in it. Was kind of
It doesn't just happen all the time.
Yeah.
Look, I almost failed geography. You think I'm gonna know that?
California
I
isn't
mean, that's
like
like-
a constant state of shaking.
Yeah, it's not just all. It's not all San Andreas the movie with Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, I will say, when I was a kid, getting to school in California was an absolute chore. We lost half my class one day. It was terrible.
Okay, okay, Minty, you got jokes.
But yeah, so it is. This gated community is mainly one gate that we need to get through. Either one gate or try to sneak on by the coast. very carefully, which would need a lot more planning and a lot more information.
Well,
If you want to
think-
try and figure out how to get a boat, be my guest.
Would there be any way?
Well, if we do have a boat, I have the perfect soundtrack called "I Am on a Boat." I don't know if you guys have heard of
Wait,
it.
what?
I'm on a boat, motherfucker. Motherfucking boat.
Oh. No, I have heard of it actually.
oh,
Unfortunately, that did jog my memory.
you,
Let's see. It stands
you guys
to
are so
reason.
unserious right now.
No,
New
but
admission to
okay,
you.
all right, lock in.
Lock in. Okay. Can I say, since we're doing the heist tomorrow night, can I use at least half of this night to watch any sort of rotations? Because I don't know when exactly we're going tomorrow.
Mhm.
You would have
So
to
I
get
do
into
want to.
form.
I do want to check those rotations.
Yeah,
Even if it's
how-
just kind of.
How are you going there?
Well, because I think I misunderstood. So, is there any sort of gate on the bridge to and from Midton to the corner?
No.
So it's about midway that the gate starts, right?
No, it's actually the northern tip. It's just a little section. It's
so,
only
like up here.
yeah. There's only roughly like 16 properties in this community.
Oh, okay. So, but the rest of the quarter is like open for travel and shit, right?
Yes, but
Okay.
not without scrutiny, because it is a very, very exclusive section.
So it stands to reason, right, that this community obviously has an entrance and probably a guard posted at this entrance. Would it be possible to just like forge up some documents and like I have these disguised as for us as official staff members here? Would it be perhaps possible that we could forge up some convincing documents to allow them just to let us in?
But I feel like they might have.
It's
It might be harder to kind of mess with their like, not hierarchy. What is it?
Registry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
because like they have a
definitely-
bit more official stuff.
it's definitely possible within the time frame you have right now, as in like 24 hours. You're not sure if you can get either whatever contact you have or you yourself to get it good enough by then. You can
Wait,
definitely
wait,
still
hold on.
try.
We had who bribed a guard? Somebody bribed one of them last time for details.
So we didn't
feel
do
like it was
any.
No,
We didn't do any bribing. It was Legs who gave us the tip that 40% of guards roughly
Are bribable.
would be good to bribe.
Or would any specifications on any of them being posted up at the front?
No, he just basically said like, look,
It was just a statistic.
knowing those guys, like about 40% of them need the money. So
When you go and scope out the place, if you see any guard at the front, any of them looking like they're haggard or look like they hate their life, let me know.
Well, yeah, the plan was to not midnight, but like when everybody's in bed already, kind of around. I guess around midnight. Best. I just want to go
Really
and kind of
good.
scope it out again, and I'll keep an eye out for guards that Minty was describing.
so
Nope, Ben. I meant Ben.
Who is this Minty?
is anyone joining Gregor, or are we just letting him go on his own?
It's always a good idea. A good idea to let him go on his own. What are you talking?
I'll go with Gregor.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
My plan worked. Should you even be going with your spine like that?
It's fine. because
better.
If we can bribe a guard, I might also be able to influence a guard, and then I get a new client.
You know
Bro.
what? Valid. Okay.
I'm so done. But it's okay. Go ahead.
The one time we drugs.
So, what I'm gonna get from both of you then, because we're not going physically in the community, right? We're just waiting out and
Not-
watching the guards at the front.
Yeah, like hiding in the shadows, darker, so it's for them to see us and seeing any.
So
I think the rotation, looking out for guards that Ben kind of described, and just any other pertinent information that we happen to see.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask a stealth related roll from Gregor. And then Alistar, if you want to make me like a sway or a sway or consort for your purposes.
Trying to see which one of these terrible rolls I'm gonna roll.
I'm
Because
gonna
they are
vote
both
for-
0.
Oh boy. I'm gonna vote for survey for me is survey location information.
Okay, so it
Understand what's
is.
See,
Going
survey.
risky or controlled.
I'd say no risky standard. So with Gregor, I would argue against survey. The main things I'm looking for, is like a prowl or a hunt, purely because of the staying hidden aspect, where survey is just observing a lot, and it doesn't really give you a lot of protection that way.
I got a 3, which is not God.
I hope you enjoy my 2.
Guys.
In Daggerheart, you crit though, so
Listen, I rolled 2 2s.
Yeah.
There was nothing I could do about it.
yeah, this was a.
This was destined to not succeed.
The
I
what?
always forget how
Cool.
shit my rolls are.
So let's talk about Gregor first. So with that
Yay.
3, which is a full success, not a full success. Sorry, it's a full failure legally.
Is it?
No.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
brain math. Yep.
So as you're trying to blend into shadows, as you're trying to look at especially the guards, something that you fail to account for, is that when the guards switch off duty, they have a torch with them, a full, and by torch I mean just one of those massive bulky flashlights.
Yeah.
And they do a sweep of the surrounding area before turning back. So what I'm gonna do here,
Flashback and bringing a sketchbook to draw for the dark.
so what I'm doing, I'm gonna propose an ultimatum here. Either you are spotted, and whatever consequences of that are there, or you can spend 2 stress and not be spotted, but not get your success either way.
What should I do? Part of me is like, I want to take that consequence just because, like, a failure. But I'm not.
I'm giving you a way out,
cannot-
is the
no,
thing.
I know, but I'm not canonically known for getting my way out of. That's my spear.
You can change it all today with one scene.
So the way I'm talking about this narratively is it is less stress and more like you are using essentially like luck points in this way of, yeah, you're stressing yourself out to give disadvantage to him.
But But I don't get what if I don't get
So no
spotted?
matter what, you don't get the information you want. It's whether you suffer being seen or you suffer to stress.
Go over. While I decide.
Alistar. So, with that lovely 2, that was Sway, correct?
Yeah, it was just the way.
So, in what way are you approaching these guards? So for reference, there's only one in a kind of little not a toll booth, but very similar, as they check IDs, they check any sort of vehicles coming in, and they control the gate access. So how are you walking up to this guy?
Okay. So because I got a 2, I thought this would be hilarious. Alistar's just gonna straight up walk up and be like, "You guys ever heard of Horizon?"
Um. So this single person at the toll booth, just kind of pokes their head out, like just kind of looks at you. Sorry, what?
Well, you see, I'm a salesman of sorts. I sell some feel good cocktails.
And why are you on the premises?
Just inquiring for new customers.
Hmm. Why are you still on the premises?
Fine, it's your loss. Just walk away.
So Alistar, you can tell from that interaction, um, anyone who wants to get in the gated community needs to have a very good reason. So, whatever our excuse is, we should workshop it. Gregor, have we come to a decision?
I'm gonna take the not the stress. What's the other one?
The
I'll
consequence
take
of
being,
being
spotted. Yes. However, I want it stated beforehand. I want to make it look like I'm lost, and I'll roll sway to do it.
All right.
But I want to
all
make
right,
it look like I'm a little confused where I am.
Cool.
Not drunk, but just like, where am I? Like, what is this place? I've never seen
Yeah.
it.
All right. So this is gonna be risky with lessened effect.
Oh, no, I want risky. Is that risky limited?
Limited, yeah. Keep on using a different word every time.
It starts with the same letter, to
Yeah.
be fair. Okay, am I rolling this before you start explaining?
Yeah.
Dice gods, Bahamut, please.
What are we looking at? Ah. So.
To be fair, I'm not in the community. I'm just outside.
Yeah.
That's my thing, so I'm not technically in trouble yet.
As the guard rotation happens, this is a fairly like medium build woman, kind of like short blonde hair, as she comes out to the surrounding area. You see torch at her side, unclips from the belt, plugs it into a battery pack on the back of her belt, and flips it on, and does this wide arc. Where are you hiding in this case? Are you trying to use some of the surrounding buildings, or are you just kind of like in what way are you hidden?
I feel like the way I was picturing it is with going from the like I'm looking lost angle, I'd be kind of like gazing up at some of the buildings in an alley, if that makes sense. Not an alley, but like kind of more towards a building and kind of looking
So
up at the
I'm gonna
surrounding ones.
rephrase that. Before you knew you would be spotted, where would you be hiding?
That's what I meant. Is I was trying to be closer to a building to kind of stay out of sight.
Cool. All right.
So I don't want to say an alley because that makes it sound even. But it's like I'm beside a building.
I would say that's an alley, a thoroughway.
I could not tell you.
Throughway?
Maybe. No, thoroughway. I think is also a thing.
I think it is, but I
There's
don't know what it means.
there's a lot of weird ways.
There's a lot of weird ways.
There's a lot of weird throws.
So as they make this wide arc, they catch the glimmer of both your eyes and parts of your arm. As you are kind of looking out at this gate, from a closer building, and they stop their flashlight on you. Hello? Come out. I can see you.
I step out. I'm not gonna try and hide even more.
What are you doing?
Looking at the buildings, they look cool. I couldn't sleep, so I kind of went on a walk. I ended up here.
What are you currently wearing?
I don't know. I've never gone through outfits.
Yeah, so
But I feel like if I'd known this was supposed to be more of a high hoity-toity place, I would have asked Ben for maybe some nicer slacks and a.
I'm gonna tell you right now, whatever Ben
Outfit
has
sleep
does
shirt?
not fit you.
Oh, okay. I thought he had some for everybody. That's why I was.
Yeah,
confused.
that's what I thought. I got like double sixes and
So you got
let me get-
two outfits. You got either worker's uniform or feature obscuring. You did not get a whole wardrobe for everyone. So you are either wearing like a balaclava mask or some
okay.
sort of other outfit that hides who you are, or you're wearing a worker's uniform if you are using some of Ben's outfits.
And then just kind of whatever I have.
Mhm.
Not well
And
made stuff there.
and they don't fit Gregor.
No.
Yeah.
They fit Gregor. You have
But
one
this
for
is
everyone.
all that I've gotten.
So what I meant by that, what I interpreted from you, Ix, was like you wanted to get fancier clothes out of Ben's closet, which I'm like, A,
No.
he does not
no.
own, and B, you would not fit in. But no, you
No.
have those two sets of disguises for everyone.
Specifically to say.
Yes.
Okay. Then while I don't have a very rangeful, I have a very limited thing. I feel like I would have. I feel like we've done stuff with Cressidae that would require. What did I can't even remember what I wore for the Christmas party. So I
For the
feel like
New
that was a
Year's?
big
Yeah.
this year. So I feel like I would try that, but also like go for sleepwear. Because it's midnight, I feel like sleepwear
Yeah.
would be better. So probably sleepwear. Oh boy.
They just kind of shine the flashlight up and down. Do you not know not to wander here?
I didn't see a gate crossing, so I figured, what's the harm? And I only saw the gate now. I didn't realize it was that. Like, I knew that was gated, but I didn't know like where here was too. So my bad.
Where are you from?
Head on my way.
Where do you live?
Sorry, this is me looking at the map. Close. Midton. Just over, not.
So you were
How long are we saying the walk would take?
over the bridge?
Over the bridge, like, cause oh no, we're located on Bridgeton, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying I'm just in the cluster, like in where my ping is, kind of that cluster, like that's from there, that's about 20-minute walk?
Yes.
I genuinely don't know how that works. So,
Ish.
20 minutes over?
The main concern, as they bring up. So you couldn't sleep, so you walked over a bridge to fancy-looking houses.
I genuinely find architecture cool. I was just looking because I've seen them over the. How do I say it?
You see them in the horizon.
I always see them over, in the horizon. I figured it wouldn't cause any harm to just walk.
Uh-huh.
I'm on my way.
Mm-hmm. You go.
You won't see me again. I start walking away.
And they are going to not turn around, but back away, their flashlight still on you as they watch you leave.
I'm not even gonna look back. My back is turned. I am full. So I'm gonna look a bit more tired, but I am just gonna make it
Cool.
known I am just going.
Yep.
Not
So, what we have there, 2 separate guards notice both of you. At the very start of the heist, when I do our, one sec, sorry. So when I do our, what's his face? Engagement roll, that's it. So at the very start of the heist, I'll roll a d6 or many d6s to see where we start. If I get a 1, those 2 guards are on duty. Sound fair?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we still missing a Eunice a little bit. Ben, do we got anything else? Or any ideas as we have the 2 of them come back and we want to maybe do some more planning?
So did they relay what they know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I assume so.
Oh. All right then. Well, I must again say that it seems that despite everything, we still can't get out of shenanigans here. Frankly, I'm out of ideas, and I haven't even tried anything, so.
Well,
If we want,
do
we
you
can
think
hold off. If we don't think we have enough to do this heist.
It's
That's the
imperative that we
problem.
do it,
Like,
though, right?
despite everything, I just can't think of a way to get us in without catching huge shit.
And we only just got shit off our tails.
Yeah.
There's probably not going to be any way to not get caught up in huge shit during this.
Well, that's the problem because that then at the end that would just be a net loss for us. We get huge shit. We may get our answers we want, but then one of us gets hurt, or one of us does something dumb. One of us accidentally causes something to get us into even more trouble down the line. Very frustrating. They made it seem a lot easier to do this kind of thing.
who's it?
You know, the fiction writers, obviously.
No,
Obviously, it's fiction. You know, like Herlock Sholmes or
no, I don't know.
James Bond.
John? Bames John?
Yeah.
James Bond is having a stroke.
Dancing Naru?
um,
The Farty Brothers?
wait. The boxcar children.
Well, we have the opening.
We have the opening. Do
In
we
like 2
want to
weeks.
take it? And we also have that 2 week.
I was talking about the 2 week
Mhm.
one. Yeah, it might be easier that way at this point.
Yeah, because this is my memory being shit. That opening is a bit more public, right?
So the actual letter, because it was not really specified by the Lord Phoenix over the phone, it was just you wanted to talk discussing Abonasico, which the secretary denied being in his home.
Okay.
So what it would be is purely a talk with Rhonis himself. Whether or not it would be in his home is a different story.
Okay. For whatever reason, I thought we were trying to figure shit out like the last thing we
What?
did.
Question, everyone. Did we figure out whether or not Nazuko was living willingly with Rhonis or being
No.
held there?
We have
I mean,
no
I don't know
sources
how
from
we would
Nazuko
even
himself.
find that out.
We gotta do this then. If they're...
We do have our... So, hypothetically, if we want to go down this parallel universe where we don't take tomorrow in game.
Wait, I will say one thing. I know someone who has a boat.
That is true. Hayward does have a boat.
But it's hard to get there with a boat, considering all the
But I honestly like it better than trying to go through the guards.
banks.
I'm not really about that option. So
So, hypothetically, were we not to take this chance, we still do have a bunch of things on our to-do list.
yeah,
We still
For sure.
have Tony to
Wait.
deal with, and we still want to explore Aisling offices.
Why are we doing this tomorrow night if if the thing that he's gonna be out for is in the middle of the day?
it's
Well,
not tomorrow night.
night.
It's in the middle of the
The
day.
idea is lining them up.
My brain immediately thinks doing a heist. It's got to be at night. That's my
No,
bad.
so
thing.
for
My
reference,
We
this
weren't
is
like given
in
a
broad
time frame.
daylight. Yeah.
So that take 10 times harder. Okay.
This would be like I think I gave you guys a 2-hour time window.
Yeah.
The actual day of, where it would be roughly from like 1 to 3. So this is like afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, from what I've experienced, she is very strong. So if we get caught, she can definitely help us beat them up. She
Who?
she owns a boat. I think it could fit all of us.
Who is this again?
Your friend owns a friend owns a boat.
My friend that owns a boat is strong and owns a boat.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know about her. Also, she knows how to load a gun. That's all I know about her. Oh, fourth thing. She is someone's best friend and only friend, and I will be making fun of that for having only one friend.
Oh.
Screw
And-
it. She's my sister's best friend. I met my sister, by the way.
Oh,
I'm looking at everybody else's reaction.
I didn't
Oh.
fucking know about shit. I don't know. I'm like,
Ben,
okay,
who has never
cool.
once mentioned a sister around anyone but Greg.
No. Yeah, I'm like, cool, nice.
I have a sister, and she is lame.
Well, that's That's mean, but sure.
But she has a cool best friend, and she has a boat, and that's all I know about said best friend. She doesn't.
You know what?
But you think she's cool and not your sister.
Oh, well, she. Hmm.
Never mind. Never mind. Don't
No,
don't don't
no,
answer that.
no. You raise a fair
Don't answer.
point. In association with my sister, she.
That was now just don't just forget about it.
Okay, Hayward, that's her name, owns a boat and is strong and may not be cool and is my sister's best friend. That is all I know about her.
Okay.
What was the point of you saying that again? I'm sorry.
We can take a boat to the gated community,
But
which
that
would allow
again,
us.
it's in broad daylight. People are gonna see us trying
Are
on
there
the.
are there boats around? Like during the daytime, would there be boats around the quarter? Like the quarter's
Not
a
of
fancy
that
place.
size in that area.
No
So
one
you
takes a
still have
gondola.
a chance of getting caught.
What if we took like the long way around? What if we like
The long way around the island.
what if we went up through the blue block but like didn't make it obvious we were going to the quarter, went up and then turned around towards the
To
gated
the
community.
island.
So
Yeah.
I will also remind you that the blue block is literally an island full of blue coats.
Okay, so same thing I just said, but like go
That's what I
go
just did.
fuck.
I can't stress enough how much this is an island,
Yeah.
meaning that you can see all the way around it.
I
Okay.
don't think we should do it. I think
You
I
think you
don't think
should
it's in
wait?
our best interest. We just got shit off our tail. Like it it would not benefit us in any. Well, it would in some ways, but like not enough for us.
Crazier idea. We go tonight. We wait for them to leave during the day and then
Are you listening? No, genuine question.
They
I'm not trying to be.
know that two of us are there now. That's the only issue. They've been made aware that there's people hanging around who shouldn't be.
no, we take the boat tonight. We don't infiltrate them tonight. We take the boat to the shores of the gated community, find a place to shack up for the
The
night.
lack of shore. Yeah.
Yeah, find a place
It's-
to hang around for a couple hours, and then once they've made their presence left, we
After
Is
assert.
that not literally so?
So you want to get
Is that
on?
literally somebody's backyard?
Yeah.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
It's their dock.
So you want to
So-
go on the boat at night. So in like the next 3 in-game hours.
Uh-huh.
With Hayward on the boat, move to a backyard dock, squat for the night, and then
Uh-huh.
wait until Rhonis leaves to get to his house.
Yes. That's what I'm trying to put out as an idea.
Now, what I will say is that nobody else has had that coherent of a plan yet. That is literally our only plan so far.
Yeah, and it's squatting in
But-
someone's backyard.
Yeah.
It would bypass the guard at the front gate. It would
There are
Doing
roaming
the
guards also,
boating-
though.
Yeah, doing the gondola at night drastically lowers our chances of being seen. I know it's not the greatest plan, but in terms of anything, I really feel like that one has at least a modicum of a chance of not immediately going wrong.
I agree with you on
Whereas-
that sense. But at the same
Whereas
time, it's
if we took a boat during the day, we could immediately get spotted. If we try to go through the front way during the day, we could immediately get spotted. This one has at least a chance, if we're good and even with a little luck, that we don't get spotted and seen immediately.
and I agree with you on there. I just don't think it's worth it in general for us to be risking our tails for in such a gated community for to figure out where someone's living. I'm still
So Nausicaa was mentioned heavily in the notebook
Yeah,
that Cross
it's
had.
so
So the thing is, Cross basically through the notebook is pinning the bomb on the tracks or something similar on Nausicaa.
Nasco is supposedly not living with Rhonis, Counselor Rhonis.
And we do have in that same book pictures of Nausicaa at Rhonis's place.
so it's us trying to figure out
What
everything,
Nausicaa
I
has to
guess.
do with this whole larger plot.
Yeah.
I feel
Because
like
his
there's
name
gonna
is
be
coming up
other.
so much.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be other opportunities where it's less risky for the end. Because if we
Yeah.
get into shit right now, it's gonna be
We need
insanely hard for us to get
we
any
need to
sort of ground back.
we need to build up a network.
Exactly. And we just don't have that right now. I don't think it's a
I-
good idea for us to do that.
I will say we can't. Ben holds up the blank piece of postcard. We can't do that scheduled meeting in 2 weeks because if he is indeed one of the bird people, then we'd be effectively shooting ourselves in the foot by meeting with him face to face.
Yeah. So
Like, because
Well,
this
just
pretty much establishes Rhonis as one of the people who is directly working against us. So, which I must say for him, very dumb that he did this. Like, thank you for confirming any and all suspicions about you that we might have.
yeah.
So, I will agree with you there, Greg. We um let's keep the our general ideas for the heist in the back burner for now. We're not scrapping it. We're just gonna
Oh yeah, no. Definitely not scrapping it. Just at this moment it is
delayed.
delayed. It is we I think
He
everybody
is
can agree, especially
he is a
Alistar, with
gotta
the
wait till
way
there's another
it went.
2-hour time window.
he
Not
he
even
is
just
a
having that. It just at some point when we feel like we're not
he's
going to
a
get up.
he's a city councilman, right? Like he's not gonna make one speech in his whole life.
Well, technically, we do have a window in 2 weeks because isn't that when the next available appointment is?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
is that what that was? I heard 2 weeks, but I was
Yeah, so
no,
That's when he said the appointment would be like that's
oh.
the next
Then
open
yeah, why don't we
available
just do
appointment
that?
date.
Save
no,
our
No, but then
that's
Ben was just saying that because he has the card, he gave us the card, so he's like, no,
so
because then we
that's
fucked.
yeah, that's an appointment to meet him face to face to discuss this. If we show our face to him, we could have bad consequences because then one of the people we know that we're directly going against here knows our face.
something I will remind everybody, and I'm not sure we've fully talked about this because it was partially in a case file. We've seen this bird design already in Cross's apartment. We know that.
Mm.
When we found the sound box in that third floor
Yeah.
that collapsed,
The
we
other
saw a
one.
similar card with a clenched talon. So we know these are generally from the
Ernie.
same people with two different emblems. So we don't know what that means.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to find a note. I'm desperately trying to find a note, but I cannot find it.
So, with that being said, here are some immediate goals.
Oh, here it is.
We need to start looking into building connections here. We should probably talk with Legs about doing any odd jobs he might have for us. Do we
Was
have any
this
odd
not an odd
jobs?
job?
So we have
No.
other stuff we need to do.
Nazuko is the goal that we built for ourselves here.
Oh, okay.
So what does Legs want us to do? Who's that guy we want to kill?
That was what he was saying. No,
Yeah,
that's not
Legs gave you this opportunity. He told you about the speech. Melchek, who is like and unlike Legs in many different ways, omelet guy. He
Legs.
needs Tony off his back because he is actively wanted by the mob.
Okay, so, but like Legs didn't give us this job. He just gave us a tip for
Yeah,
something.
he
we
just
already
basically
wanted.
like, hey,
Yeah.
here's an opportunity if you want it.
Yeah, everything else we made up.
So pretty much, we should talk to Legs, say that we're gonna thank you for the opportunity for this, but we're gonna elect to maybe do that another time. In the meanwhile, would you happen to have any other jobs that you might have for us that could help us get connections?
Sure. Whenever he walks through the front door, you know.
I'm just gonna go stand around outside.
Hopefully, next time he walks in, he comes back with the plate he took.
I needed that.
And the fork, yeah.
He gave us no way of contacting him. How did we contact?
No,
how
he
did
did
He has only ever found you first. That's what Alistar's been trying to go through this whole time.
I'm trying to get his direct contact information too. It was in the note that I sent
The
to
deeds.
How did we first come across him again?
He
I think
gave
he
you a
come-
note saying, "Meet me under the bridge." He
Yeah,
has
this whole
only ever
time he's
sought
been
you out.
finding us. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. That's why I'm so like, oh my god, because
What if we
I'm so detached from that specifically because I don't think I was there for when you guys
what if
first
we
met
go
him.
under the bridge again?
That was like episode 2.
Why would
Ben's gonna
I don't
go
think
back
I
under
did
the
that.
bridge.
So basically, what happened? I'll read you the session notes again.
I mean, I know what happened, but I don't think Eunice was there. So like, it's just been like Legs coming into the apartments every so often.
Yeah,
And that's,
no,
like,
it was
how I
session
do it.
3. You were given a letter to meet under a support. I think it was support pillar 7. At 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was Legs being like, "Hey, I know you're looking after Cross. I got a tip," and he showed you guys where the Swillers were, right? With that first bar fight that went wrong.
Yeah. I was there for that, but not
Mhm.
for Legs. Yeah. So
Okay. So plans in the meanwhile. Wait for Legs to do his legs things and come back.
and nope.
Harass
Yeah.
him into giving us a means of contacting him. In the meanwhile, we should kill the mafia guy. If anyone here is queasy about murder, I will do it.
And how you plan on
It-
doing that?
I have a gun. I have figured out how to load it with bullets.
And what after that?
I shoot him with the gun.
When and where?
When I find him and wherever that may
Ricky,
be.
when I catch you, Ricky.
Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky.
Ricky, like
I'm not going to
wake up because
I'm not going to draft elaborate plans right now. I'm just going to state, like, in simple, here's what we should be doing right now. 1, wait for Legs to come back. 2, kill Mafia guy. 3, try and keep an eye out throughout the city and to any underlevel things that might help us out here. The goal here is to try to build connections with some people, try to build a little bit of a rapport without getting us in the graces of the blue law. And then when Legs comes back, we can kiss his feet and beg for a job.
What about aisling offices?
We can also do that. I'm just saying, Mafia guy sounded a bit pertinent here as well.
Yes. I'm just
So
Since you
Right.
listen, we're listening to all
Since
this stuff.
yeah, since we don't know the exactness of legs, I'm thinking within the next 1 to 2 days we could easily like kill a dude, and also go about
Why?
our business.
Right? What makes you think that?
Well, okay, Ben pulls out his gun.
No,
He
hey,
unco-
hey, hey!
he uncocks the hammer, points it to a wall, and then he just
What are you
says,
doing?
"Bang!" He's dead. Obviously, we don't want to be seen while doing this, but in the grand scheme of things, murder is super simple.
So I think we're missing the part where this is second in command for one of the oldest drug rings in the world.
No, we're not missing this. One guy, one guy is missing this part.
Ben hasn't been told.
I'm not gonna say.
anything
I'm not
about
gonna
this
name
guy.
names, but somebody's missing the point.
Ben hasn't been told anything about this guy.
You're just,
He just
oh
heard.
yeah, let's
Yes,
kill
we
him.
have. We literally have.
No, Ben wasn't there for this. Ben literally just heard
I
secondhand.
thought we relayed
kill-
information to you though. You came back and we told you.
Unclear. It
I've
has
heard the
also
word
been
mafia in
an
his entire
actual
life.
week.
Ben's never heard the word mafia in his entire life. He doesn't know what that word means.
We
So,
didn't say. I don't think we said mafia.
I said mafia. He's the Carbellum company.
Yeah.
Something. So, as we are kind of going into this discussion, something we also have to remember. No matter what, every time we do pretty much anything, there is a risk to it. So
What's a little bit of murder?
we will not have a perfect time at anything. So if we are 100% waiting on this, whatever we do will not have super, like, no matter what. How do I explain this without just outright telling you guys?
Spoil the plot, Zins.
No, in your line of work right now, which what we've decided we are doing, there is going to be more failure than success. So whether you want to pick your battles or brute force it until you get more success is up to you.
Yeah. And I'm not a fan of brute forcing. Not a fan.
Listen,
Frankly.
all I'm saying is nobody's ever asked me to kill for them before, and like they're the first, so like why not do it? That's a real nice thing to ask. Listen, like now that it's already happened, I'm not gonna do it for anyone else. But like, if one of y'all asked me before this man asked me or asked us to kill someone, I'd totally kill someone for you. Gregor, if you said go kill this guy, I was like, wait, really? He's like, and you're like, yeah, I want this guy dead. Absolutely no bullshit. I would totally find a way to kill this guy.
Yeah, but you
Well,
how?
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let's not discuss the logistics of murder right now. I'm talking about like
No one. You're the only person doing that.
in general. Let's think here. We got the Aisling offices. We got the potential murder. Any other secret third thing that I've forgotten?
No.
No. Okay, we can do one of those two things perhaps while we wait for legs. In the meanwhile, in our day-to-day life, we should keep an eye out for any little opportunities that might arise for us we hear or find out about.
All right.
Put a let's put a big stop sign. Wait, what the heck's a stop sign? Let's put a little bit of a shoot. I don't know any phrases that would make sense for this day and age. What's a
Back burner
wait.
works.
What are you
Back
trying
burner
to
works.
say?
Would back burner work?
Yeah.
Zins? Because do you know what a back
Yeah.
do you know what a back burner is?
It's the burner
Would
at the back of
Ben?
the stove.
Would Ben know what a back burner is? Did
For,
we
for the
have
sake
gas
of
stoves
this
back-
this sentence, let's use
Just,
it.
just say what you want to say. Just say convey what you want to convey right now.
Let's put it on the back burner now.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Our new official plan as Team Something Another is wait.
Yeah. I'm sure. We'll
Alistar,
fuck
you
that
got
up
any
somewhere.
thoughts about this?
Since we're gonna have to put it back, we have at least a window in 2 weeks. We are concerned that he might know our faces if things go south, but hopefully it doesn't. Um, as far as the mob man goes, I was the first to suggest just go in front door, guns ablazing. That was turned down. Yeah, can't say I understand why. Ben, if you want to kill somebody, I have 2 people on the chopping block. Just let me know when.
I don't
Huh?
want to kill
Huh?
someone.
What?
I want to perform a job
No,
of
no, no.
some sort.
Expound.
That
Expound.
no, I don't
Do you
want
want
to
to
kill
expound,
anyone. Okay,
Alistar?
let me elaborate first. I don't really particularly care whether or not I murder anyone. I just want to perform jobs that could gain me something: money, fame, power. If murder is the way to do it, who am I to say no?
It'll
So,
be the wrong sort of fame if you.
Okay, Alistar.
That's more
It's your
infamy.
turn.
Well, if you need a job, there may be a job that I would require a bodyguard for. So I will come to you, buddy.
you want me to be your bodyguard?
Just for that one situation.
Real quick, wait.
What
no,
are you
Ben
doing
is
out here? Like, what?
Yeah, what are you doing out here?
For Zins, it involves that house in Bridgeton that we talked about.
Yes, yes.
So yeah.
The fuck?
I think this genuinely,
Oh my gosh.
Alistar, I want you to know this. This might be the first time in history anyone has ever requested an elf as a bodyguard.
Progress.
Is it though?
Diversity hire.
Progression. No.
I would like you to know that I weigh so little that you could probably pick me up with one arm.
I'm gonna try it.
He is taller than me, right? I look up at you, sir. You're fine.
I'm standing by that. I try and lift him up with my one arm.
Yeah, give me
Hey,
a
roll
skirmish
reversal.
roll.
In campaign 1,
We love Gregor
Nah,
doing
lift
things for the bit.
it. In campaign 2, Gregor lifted the Ben. Wait, no, in
Risky
campaign
We're on
standard?
3 now.
Risky
Risky
standard.
standard?
Risky
Yes.
5.
Yeah, you fucking do it. Yeah,
I don't know what comes of that. I'm just standing there. I'm not saying. I'm just gonna, and put him down.
You just
That's
run
it.
around the waist and just kind of
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Alistar, you of all people know how shitty the food quality was in prison. I have not had a good full steady course of meals in about 300 years. I am magnificently malnourished right now. I'm getting a little better. Like, I'm not danger territory anymore. But I am pretty wiry as it stands. I'm
Ben's
not.
just lifted mid sentence.
I am not your
He's
bodyguard.
not acknowledging it.
He just keeps talking his beer dangling off
I
the ground.
really appreciate being thought of here, but like, if you need a bodyguard, you're probably going to have better luck at using a literal shield than me.
Do you want a job or not? That's the main question here.
I want a job I can do. And I
The-
know I can murder.
Exactly, you'll be fine then.
Oh, goodness.
Regardless of
Lyle when you need
whatever Alistar is doing and whatever he needs help with, regardless, um, what are we doing?
Good question.
'Cause
I've said I've hit my speaking quota for the day, so I'm done.
you
Mhm.
talked enough.
I've talked
You
to
said
them.
enough things.
Did we ever ask Milkshake why Tony was after him?
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
the
And what was his reason?
Because he already sold. He already took the money to sell some really fucked up fish. Those fish ate each other, and then yeah. So he's
Okay.
like, oh, I can't give him the actual fish. So he's in very big debt to him.
And how much money is it?
Don't think he gave an actual number.
No, he's just like, you don't want to know,
Yeah, he's basically like,
which is very telling in and of itself.
basically what he said was when, because you guys did ask of like, oh yeah, maybe we could pay it for you.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was basically like, no, you can't. That was his answer.
Yeah, which is very telling in and of itself. As to how much it
So
was.
unless you want to steal money to then give to a mafioso in order to get Melchek out of debt.
That's right. So we steal the money from one mafioso, give it to Tony, and frame him as the one who stole it. Then they just go after it. I don't know. We'll figure that part out. And is there anybody else we don't like?
What's a mafia? So
Now anybody else you don't like, I don't know. There's a bunch of people who don't like you. The Swillers because you messed up their speakeasy. The Wisps because you fucked up their warehouse.
ask my sister if she has people she doesn't like.
So that's not a half bad plan.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, I see some lines connecting here. Okay.
The problem is we then have to break into one of those facilities to take money.
yeah.
Then we
That's
proceed to have someone else who doesn't like us.
They already don't like you, is the plan.
Exactly. That's why they already don't like us.
So you want to give them motivation to actively don't like you.
Yeah.
Instead of passively don't liking you.
So yeah, let's see. What else? Is there anything else we can do?
So what I'm gonna do?
We talked about so much shit.
I noticed we did go a bit circular. So we are going to close up the session here. Yeah. We could talk off stream 100%. We could message the Discord and figure stuff out if we need to. If we want to go into that heist list chat.
If you actually do it.
Just to clarify, things we accomplished in this session.
We actively went. We had negative progress, as in we canceled something we were already doing.
Cool.
Thanks. That make
we got some
that makes me
information.
feel
We
great.
got some information
That makes
if
me
we
feel
ever wanted to go
great.
back.
That it's not negative progress. We sidetracked it. We're just coming back to it at a later time.
Think of it this way. Not doing this now makes it so that when we do it later, it's like taking 5 steps instead of 2.
Sure.
Like, okay, whatever.
Like if
you got it.
If we were to do this in video game experience, if we did this quest now, we would gain 100 experience. Doing the quest later gets us 5,000 experience.
No,
And
you're
also,
making less sense. You're making less sense trying to
All right.
explain it with a metaphor.
I think it makes perfect sense to me.
Sure.
Anyways,
you then.
let's level grind and get back to the dungeon later.
Please don't ever explain something in
Let's-
game terms ever
let's-
again.
Let's go kill some rats in the sewers until we're like maximum level, then we'll come back.
Except that's not what we're gonna do. We're not gonna do that. We're literally just gonna do another mission that is normal and isn't grinding at all.
Alrighty. So,
Oh my goodness! Imagine if D&D stats suddenly came. The biologists who experiment on mice, they would level up the wazoo.
Bro.
I think that's just the equivalent of steroids, IRL.
What are we talking about?
anyways,
I've lost the plot.
I've
I've
lost
lost
the
the
plot too. I'm
I'm just saying, scientists would beat us up. Like they would have access to better magic than we would.
We're done. We're
Alright,
done. Cut
guys.
the cameras. Cut
We'll
the
see you
stream.
next
Cut the
week.
stream.
Night, y'all.
Wild.
Stream.
Alright. So we will cut behind scenes. Ideally, this is my homework mission for all y'all, is somewhere over the next 7 days. What are we doing?
7 real world days or 7
real world
Please
days.
do it. Okay, in the next 7 real world days, I am going to be working, and then I'm going to be making curry tomorrow for supper
Okay.
at home.
Good for you.
Minty.
I mean, like,
Minty,
to
be for
someone
real. Be for
discuss in the Discord after the fact.
Beaver.
Okay, let me type it out then.
Minty.
Make
Deadass, bro.
Alright,
Curry.
bye-bye.
Please cut the feed.
Cut in the
I
feed.
thought the